Welcome to Off the Ropes, episode 21, WrestleMania 40 preview show. It's your boy, Mr. NetSN Bret Swinney, alongside our somewhat usual cast of characters tonight. We've got the Professor Matt Diggs, KO Kyle Owens, and Brandon Ogden. Long time no talk, fellas.
It's been a long time. We've had a lot going on.
Yeah, what was it, Royal Rumble? So now we're like Roman Reigns. We're only here for the big events now.
yeah, we got special, but this is still episode 21. Hard to believe we've had this many fun times together here so far.
Hey, maybe we'll get to 45 before WrestleMania does.
Yeah, maybe.
Good.
Kind of missing one of the usual cast. Professor, you want to comment on who's missing on our panel here?
Well, I mean, it's someone who can't count to 5 and doesn't understand what star ratings are. But, you know, he is a hardworking coach, not a coach of a champion like over here in Plano East, the home of the undefeated 6A basketball state champion over here in East Plano. But you know, he still works hard, and we give him credit for that.
Man.
Are they still undefeated? Did they go undefeated this past weekend?
Oh,
well, that's not Plano East. That was the Texas.
No, I was just wondering. Yeah, I didn't see all the results. I saw 2 of the games. I saw one of the games.
Ouch, man!
And they won the game I saw.
That was a shot, Brandon. Man.
No, I was just asking. I really didn't know.
I knew because I saw the loss in the quarterfinals.
Okay,
we play national championships over here.
I follow this guy on Twitter, and he always has. There he is, at Professor Diggs. He always has the Plano East update. So that's how I knew they lost, unfortunately, for the professor. Coach Jeremy Hubbard not with us tonight, but I have a special guest. Only I know this guest, or I know of the guest. You guys probably are going to know the guest, at least a few of you. But he asked for special music tonight. Our special guest, he wanted a special intro. So I came up with something for him. So here's his intro music.
Did
Bret pull Dwayne?
Wait.
Getting swerved.
Oh, wait. Now, I couldn't pull the final boss, but I got the Swaggy boss. Swaggy Wit is here with us tonight.
He is acknowledging his DFW Pick'em champion right here.
Yes.
Hey,
He is acknowledging me.
the shirt says simple, head of the table.
Yes. Yes.
Welcome to the show tonight, Swaggy Wit. How's it going, sir?
Man, it's an honor to be out here with you guys, talking about something I love. A lot of y'all know me from the Dub podcast. A lot of y'all know me from a lot of other things, but besides high school football and basketball, wrestling is my number one passion. I love wrestling more. I love both, so it's an honor to be here.
And you just kind of migrating over with us here, and you might as well just come on and join the Beast Texas. I mean, you now you made your commentary debut, and now you're a superstar here, and they get here on this show now.
Hey, Bret, you never know. You never know what the future holds.
Hey.
I had a great talk about that with myself and with my significant other, and I really been giving that a lot of thought coming down there and doing games with y'all. So hold the door open. It's a possibility.
And the good news is after this past realignment, Carter's not going to be winning a playoff game anytime soon. So you'll be free after week 1 to hang out with our crew
Man.
over here.
Hey, Matt, honestly, I think you're right about that because Panther Creek, Salina, Lake Worth, I mean, not Lake Worth, but Lake Dallas. Whew.
Aubrey,
Pick your poison. Aubrey, yep. Pick your poison.
Man, that's rough. Man,
Pick your poison.
He didn't take long to start throwing darts at our guests.
Diggs coming off the top rope.
Man.
Diggs getting ready to play tonight.
Diggs, I told Diggs I'm coming for that championship.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, don't worry. Diggs he'll stay in DFW. He tried to come over in East Texas and win ours, and he had all these excuses of why he didn't win, but that's okay. It happens.
Hey, shout out to Diggs.
He doesn't know what
Diggs.
schools are East Texas and not, so that was a handicap.
Hey, Diggs, state champion. Congratulations, Murph.
Thank you very much.
If anybody deserved that, it's you and Plano East, because football season you catch pretty hell, but basketball season you got all your licks back.
We did.
Yeah, I was glad they won because that was my pick on our little preview of state there. I think I ended up splitting. I think I went 3-3. I think on that, not too bad. But anyway, let's talk some wrestling. We usually do an off topic section, but instead of having things that specifically we want to talk about, I was going to kind of go around, and since we've last talked, like one thing each of you guys that you've seen here over the last month, 2 months here on wrestling that you want to talk about. Just throw out topic, and then we'll get into the card here after that.
Well, I want to hear what our new guest, the Swagmeister, has to say of all the things he's loving. What is he loving right now?
I'm loving the Attitude Era 2.0. I'm loving it. I think The Rock has really making The Rock a boss is really a great move. I think him and Triple H is doing a hell of a job as getting it back to the old wrestling. I watched AEW tonight, and I saw Adam Copeland, aka Edge, throw a little shot at WWE tonight. You saw that, my guy? What's your name?
Brandon.
Brandon, you saw that tonight also?
Yeah, I hadn't watched. I just saw a clip on social media, but yeah.
Yeah, he threw a little shot at WWE tonight. He was saying how AEW is the best and all that, and I was just like, wow, they threaten. And I think with The Rock back, the ratings are sky high. They are like 15 straight Raw sellouts. Like, you went to SmackDown, Bret, so you know how that was.
Man, it was awesome. Like when I bought those tickets back at Christmas time for my kids, me and my wife and my kids went, and I think I paid $260 for all 4 tickets. By the time we were ready to go, you couldn't even really get a seat for that. And it was just packed. Getting to see The Rock, because that's the first SmackDown or Raw I'd ever been to, and the first to be The Rock was there was pretty freaking awesome. I ain't gonna lie. It was awesome. So I'm excited. The thing that I'm want to point out, it's kind of about WrestleMania. Just looking down the card, in the past, we've been kind of like easily making picks, like who's going to win. I don't know that any of these are going to be really easy. I think a majority of these matches could go either way. I agree. I mean, it's just, and I like that. I'd rather miss half the picks and not know what's going on than I can just say, oh, well, I know this is going to happen. I know this is going to happen. And so that's what I'm excited about here lately is the shows have been really good, and I'm a few episodes behind, but I'm going to catch up before this weekend. But
hey, I kind of noticed something. It kind of got my attention a little. By the way, what's up, Cal?
What's going on, Swaggy? How are you, man?
All right. I love that background, man. That background is awesome.
Appreciate it.
You too, Brandon. I love that background.
Thanks, man.
But something that caught my attention as of late, you mentioned you behind some shows, Bret. So I hope there's not a spoiler alert for you.
Oh, it's fine. I'll still watch it. The reason I'm kind of behind is my kids watch it so much, so I have to make sure that I can watch it with them. I can't just they love if I watch it without them, I get in trouble. So we're going to try to catch up here in the next couple of days. But yeah, that's the only reason. You're good. I've seen some of the stuff that's happened, so you're probably not going to spoil anything that I haven't heard already. But I still like to watch it.
I was at work today in deep thought, and I was just like, man, what if Jay screwed Cody? Out of all people, everybody thinks it's gonna be The Rock. What if it be Jay? Like, everybody thinks it's gonna be Seth. Everybody thinking Seth gonna turn on Cody. What if it's actually gonna be Jay that come out and super kick Cody when he about to win Sunday night? And I think Bloodline is gonna actually win Saturday night. I really do. I think it's gonna be Bloodline rules, and I think, I take that back. I think Cody and Seth gonna win, and it's gonna be an even one-on-one match like it's supposed to be without the bloodline. But someone got to come and save the day for Roman, and I really do believe it's gonna be Jey Uso. I just feel it. I feel it.
Yeet.
Yeet.
Yeet or no
I feel
yeet?
it.
Diggs, what have you been digging? No pun intended there.
Well, I mean, yeah, like Swaggy said, Attitude Era 2.0 has just been fascinating. It's been riveting TV. I'm still on Team AEW. I mean, every time I watch AEW right now, I'm seeing 5-star matches. I can't wait tonight to see the Battle of the Wills. It may have already happened, but I'll be watching it later on tonight. I mean, Will Ospreay, the energy that he's brought in, there just seems to be a fun to the product right now at AEW. But at the same time, like Swag mentioned, 13 or 15 straight sellouts right now. The environment at WWE right now is just palpable. Like every single week, it is a crazy live crowd, and you know the Rock is using it as a catchphrase. But professional wrestling is cool again. This is the first time I think in the last 10 years we're just up and down. I'm not embarrassed to talk about this. My love of professional wrestling. It is fun. AEW is fun. NXT is fun. Ring of Honor is fun. So just the general state of professional wrestling is as good as I remember it in a while.
Well, you can probably go back in some of our old shows and just listen to what we said, and we were at some points we've been like, oh, here we go, another Raw. I mean, we were kind of like not real excited about some of the things coming up, even the pay-per-views and such. But it's great now, and I like it when both companies are blossoming and doing well. That's best for wrestling in general. So it makes a good market. You got guys bouncing back and forth. You never know who's going to show up and go where. They can get new storylines across on the other shows. I like it. Kyle, what do you think? What you've been digging in this last few months?
I think the Monday Night Raw a couple weeks ago was one of the best Raws I've ever seen. And for the first hour and 15 minutes of it, there was one match, and it was Ricochet and JD McDonough. It was promo heavy. It was the night that Rock took Cody out in the rain and whooped him. I'm enjoying what the Bloodline story had gotten a little stale. Rock came in and he injected some energy into this.
He
feud.
Electrified it, Kyle.
He electrified this feud.
He did.
And I'm all in on it again. I think that the story they're telling is awesome, and I think there's so much going on with WWE trying to match up what Marvel's doing with the Avengers, and you see that coming together. It's awesome to see 2 years in a row at WrestleMania that we're getting stories that are paying off. Last year it was KO and Sammy finally defeating the Usos to win the titles. That story was paid off. Well, we're going to see the Bloodline crumble this weekend at WrestleMania, I believe. So I think this is another story getting paid off. So I'm excited for what The Rock's doing. And I just think that now that Triple H is kind of getting more control and kind of implementing what he wants on television, new camera angles, new backstage shots with how they're following the wrestlers through the backstage area.
They're also doing it where they film them coming in and show what time they got to the arena.
It's more of a sports feel.
Yeah,
it's more of a sports feel.
Like, hey,
and I think
it's kind of like just like you said, when the football guys come in or basketball guys come in the arena, how they film them, what time they arrive and stuff. They're doing a lot of that kind of thing, which is really cool.
And just like on Monday night with Raw, they had Seth walking through. Jackie Redmond or Kathy Kelly, one of them, stopped him, interviewed him for a second. He kept walking. He walks past Drew McIntyre, has a little interaction with him. Then he keeps walking and it follows him all the way out through the entrance. Like, I love that. And WWE was never doing that before. I think production-wise, WWE has stepped up to another level, and it's just making everything feel bigger and more important. And I know they say it every year. This is the biggest WrestleMania. This is the biggest Raw. This is the biggest blah, blah, blah. But I do think this is going to be a huge weekend for WWE, and they're up and to the right. Everything's up and to the right with WWE.
But is it the biggest Bronson Reed KO?
Not the biggest Bronson Reed until he's on that WrestleMania stage. Then it's the biggest Bronson Reed.
Brandon, what you been digging?
Yeah, just kind of playing off what Diggs said is that on AEW I've been enjoying that, but only just the Dynamites, the collisions the past few. Well, they didn't have one 2 weeks ago because and then the one there not was just not very good. Collision's been kind of stale, but Dynamite with anytime you got Will Ospreay, I'm a fan, and like you said, you get the Wills tonight, and I'm looking forward to their pay-per-view coming up. But for WWE, WrestleMania is supposed to be the time where it's always hot, but I feel like this year it's been even longer and hotter than normal. It just kind of because with The Rock coming in, it's kind of been I don't know, that seems like it's the most amped up I've been for WrestleMania in a while. And but even a lot of it's been The Rock, the Bloodline, Cody, and all that. But the Friday night on SmackDown, I don't think you've watched yet, Brett, but there was no Rock, no Cody, no Roman, no Seth, none of them, and it was one of the best SmackDowns in a long time because they fed off of the other stories, and it did a great job. They did a good segment with Logan, KO, and Randy. They did a good thing with LA Knight and AJ Styles, and they've been picking up that story lately. And it was a really good SmackDown without the guys that have been carrying it the whole way, and that was good to see because before, if Roman was gone or if Seth was gone, the product just crumbled.
Well, you've got good storylines, Brandon. That's why when you have so many good storylines, you can let them sit for a week or two. And what about then? That way you don't have the same thing every week. Remember we used to talk about all the time, rematch after rematch after rematch after rematch. Like every week it was the same stuff. And now when you're able to take a week off, you still know that's going on, and then bring it back. Oh yeah, they're not hammering the same stuff down our throat every week.
And we're getting rematches still, like Sammy and Bronson Reed rematch. We're getting rematches still, but they have meaning now. Like they're not just rematches because there's nothing else for them to do. Like if it's a rematch, there's some type of interference or something bigger that's happening.
There's a reason why they're having the rematch.
Like Jey Uso versus Shinsuke Nakamura is not a main event Monday Night Raw thing. Like that's not what it was about. That was the side story. The main event was the side story. It was everything that happened outside of that. So even in these rematches or matches that don't really mean anything, there's something else that they're playing off of it. So I think that's a difference in this Triple H administration that we didn't see before. Vince would just throw matches out there and see what happens, where Triple H will throw a match out there that may not mean much, but he's doing this to watch over here, though. Like there's something else going on.
And then for so long, the Judgment Day was the co-star story with the Bloodline. Well, it's like the fifth or sixth story right now, but it's still compelling. But they've kind of like hidden it, but also throw little hints where something eventually is going to happen with the Judgment Day. They'll throw Dom kind of pissing off Damien for a little bit, and they'll throw little hints there, but they're not dominating the story anymore, but they're still compelling. And it shows how kind of many compelling things there are right now that they've been kind of pushed back, but you still want to see what happens with them. And Damien's still lurking with that briefcase, so he's only got about a month and a half left, so we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen.
Hey, honestly, as you can see, it's been teased like almost every Monday night. Rhea and Damien have a riff. It's coming. But let's see, with Rhea being the champion right now, it feels like she has all the power. I believe Rhea loses to Becky. I think Damien will cash in Sunday night at the expense of CM Punk, laying out both of them. Because it's speculation on who is he gonna beat up, or it's gonna be both. I think one gonna win the match and he gonna GTS the other one. And I think that's what's gonna happen. But I think with Rhea losing her championship, I think we're gonna see the end of Rhea and Dom in Judgment Day come this weekend. I think Monday night we'll see an evolution type. Remember Randy Orton, the thumbs down? I think we'll see that Monday night. That's my honest opinion. It's gonna happen to someone.
Like he was about to give us some real attitude that Damien was going to cash in on Rhea or something. Like I was like, where are you going with this?
Hey, Diggs, that would be. Hey, you talking about that would be the icing on the cake if that happened.
Oh man! All right, let's get to the card now. Swaggy was jumping into. He's ready to make his picks, and if you don't know how we roll in this, Swaggy, we'll go down the card and we'll kind of talk about each match, what we think, and then we'll make our picks, and then we'll come back afterwards and see how bad or good we did.
I'm gonna have a perfect card.
They say he the man.
Yeah. Yeah, Diggs will probably make he likes to say he's the pick'em champ here too, but we kind of bounce around. It kind of varies around here. We all kind of have won various times. So we should have kept up with it.
I have one question before we start.
All right,
How can I become a member?
You got a initiation. I guess this is your initiation here.
Hey.
I'll start it for someone.
We'll see how you do. We'll see how you do tonight. Then we'll reconvene off air. It
was only supposed to be a 2-minute podcast originally, and it's now almost 5 or 6. So if you come on once, you stay basically.
Yeah, you just come on, and like we have Jeremy, like he couldn't make it tonight, so we just kind of tried. It's hard to get us all together, so whoever we can get together and we talk some wrestling. But yeah, it was me and KO to start off. We had Brandon as a guest, and then
I was a guest on the first episode, never left.
And then Brandon sat on, and then Jeremy.
So it's never really been just me and Bret.
Yeah, that was the whole idea. Originally, when we first started doing this, it was me and Kyle. We decided we wanted to do this. We talked about it and like, hey, let's do it. And then got to talk with Brandon. He likes wrestling too, and so then we brought him in.
We found a lot more wrestling fans.
Yeah, and then we started doing that. Then found out Jeremy started commenting on one of our shows, I think. So then we brought him in, and then we started. Then Diggs was always, and then I think one of you guys knew that Diggs liked wrestling because y'all went to a show, and then
then we had to bring a heel in. It was all babyface. We had to bring a heel in.
Swaggy might give us a little bit of heel, but if Swaggy brings that energy from that clip where you watch that Faith Family Slam or whoever Pinkston Slam, and you and Bret and KO were just freaking out, and then you had that Swaggy disappointment at the end, like I don't even want to see this. Hate that team. Gotta bring that energy.
Oh man, that was a fun tournament.
That was a lot of fun.
That was a fun tournament.
It was great. It was great.
That shows how much he enjoyed it. His team didn't win. He still thought it was great.
It was great.
Before that wouldn't have happened. He would have went home all mad a year before.
The funny part about it was afterwards, the people that were commenting were upset, said, "Oh, they were going for Faith Family the whole time. We had a Dallas Carter guy on the broadcast the entire game. What are you talking about?" Like, if we were disrespecting Dallas Carter, don't you think he would have said something? Like, what are we doing here?
There wasn't anything.
We always hate your favorite team.
There wasn't much to say. I mean,
Oh man, it just
next year it could be. I might have a team there as well, so it could be a Hill Carter game down the line.
Did we see a Carter Chapel Hill next year?
Hey, we're back in Region 2.
Uh-oh.
All right, so we're going to start with Saturday night 1, WrestleMania 40. I don't know that they've released the order, but I'm going on this list, and I'm going to go start from bottom to top because I think it's going to be.
Hey, real quick, though, I'll tell you what I hope they start the show with. I don't know if they will. I hope they start night 1 with Becky and Rhea.
They will.
But WWE likes to do ladder matches to start. So
but I heard somewhere on a podcast I was listening to that Becky wants to watch Seth's match. So since Seth is in the main event, they'll probably put Becky and Rhea first.
Becky and Rhea would be a great
and
way
let
to
it
start
get out of the way.
Well, the way this one's listed, I think it's like probably the least interesting matches to the top. So we're gonna start at the bottom. Okay.
Man, I agree with that.
We got Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio. Evidently, Kyle's going to take a bath.
They did the bathroom break the first. I know it won't be the first match, but if this was the first match,
this is going to be like the third match on Fastlane, not of WrestleMania.
Bathroom break match.
I mean, I sure hope that Rey wins. I'm going for Rey. He's going to come back at WrestleMania and win. Dominic, he's been kind of floating around, and this could make your point. He's kind of been kind of over there with the Legado del Fantasma guys. I don't know. Maybe they
in Andrade.
Yeah, maybe they kind of move him over there. But I'm going with Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee in this one.
I think you're right, and I'm going to say that too. But Dragon Lee winning at WrestleMania, today he was fighting Ricochet on speed.
When you got Rey Mysterio in your corner, I mean.
But yeah, I'll pick Rey, and but I would like I'll pick Rey and Dragon Lee, but I really like I like anything Dom does. So him being added to this match at least makes it like I probably wouldn't watch it if Dom went in. If it was like if it was Humberto and
an Angel.
Humberto and Santos, but since they added Dom, I'll at least watch it.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. All right.
I mean, it's
But I picked
fascinating. I think we're going to have all kinds of, like you were talking about, Bret, at the beginning, that this is probably one of the first WrestleManias. You're going to have a lot of voices, and it's not just picking things because because you get to see the way they could go with it is so many different ways. And kind of give a spoiler alert of what I think is going to happen later on in the show. I think you got to have a Judgment Day win at some point. And I think this is a good one to get a Judgment Day win and kind of build up that storyline.
Is he going to be in Judgment Day? Is he going to stay in Judgment Day, Professor? Not according to
at least through this week, but this could create the split because he might be the only one who actually wins this weekend. And I'm going to go ahead and give him and Santos the win.
All right.
Man. Bathroom break match. I don't.
Dragon Lee. You're forfeiting your pick, Kyle?
No.
Okay.
But Dragon Lee does not deserve to be on WrestleMania. It's ridiculous. I mean, Dom has the backing of Judgment Day and Legado del Fantasma, where Ray and them have LWO. Like, they're going to be outnumbered. I think numbers come into it. I think this is probably going to be an overbooked mess where there's going to be interferences and distractions happening the entire time. But yeah, give me Santos and Dom. I don't see Ray and Dragon Lee winning at WrestleMania. In the biggest WrestleMania ever.
Before Swaggy goes, I'm gonna change my pick to I was close to picking Dom and them anyway.
Man, we were always going to change our pick, so I go change mine too. Okay,
well, it's not final until the show starts, but also because I think since we've been seeing Dom and Andrade, maybe we get Andrade and start something with him and Ray. So I'd be for that. So
okay, so Brandon's making his pick change. Okay.
It's good tag team work on our part, KO, to kind of bring Brandon to the.
There it is.
I was
good job.
not committed anyways.
I kind of just thought Ray returns and he gets a win at WrestleMania. That's what I was kind of making a feel good.
He don't
need
it though. He could take an L at WrestleMania, and he's already a Hall of Famer. Like, he's fine.
That's true. I feel like this match is below him a little bit.
No sense. I mean,
and he's not going to put himself over at the extent of his son. That ain't going to happen.
I thought it was just going to be Ray and Santos 1-on-1. That's what I was thinking.
Well,
at Mania, then they added.
Well, I'm going to be like Brandon. Then I'm going to y'all convince me here. I'm going to switch my pick as well.
I wanted to put you on the island of irrelevancy.
The island.
Hold on, we don't know what Swaggy's picking. You might not be alone, Bret. Hold on, what you got, Swag?
I think personally, you got to look back at last year's WrestleMania. Ray versus Dom. Was that last year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Ray won. So I think I think this is a passing of the torch match between father to son of saying you finna carry the Mysterio legacy from now on out. I think this is Ray's last WrestleMania, honestly. And on the other side of it, I think it's also a passing of the torch to Latino wrestling, to Santos, to anointing him as the new person going forward. So I think this is definitely a Santos Mysterio win. And like you said earlier, Dominic Dunn win. And like you said earlier, he'll be the only Judgment Day winner. I think everybody else lose, they all lose. And I think Monday night, this is where you get the thumbs down turn situation. I think they beat him up Monday night. That's my honest opinion.
All right. Y'all had good arguments. I was just thinking return, but I mean that makes a lot of sense. You got Dominic Mysterio. I mean, who do you think gets the pin here? You think it's Dominic pins Ray?
Yeah.
I mean,
Dragon Lee takes the pin.
Dominic have to pin Ray. It's not a way to end this.
Does it?
Because you think the ends.
If Dominic Mysterio pins Dragon Lee, does it really matter as much?
No.
I don't think it does.
I don't think Dom gets the pin.
Think Santos?
I think Santos pins. I think Santos pins Dragon Lee.
Santos already pinned Ray on SmackDown, so
I think Santos will pin Dragon Lee because Ray has basically chosen Dragon Lee as the next prodigy, where Santos that used to be me. That should be me before he turned on him. So a little bit of jealousy there, maybe setting up something with him and Dragon Lee down the line. I just
Hey,
don't see.
KO.
What's up?
Hey, you just said some magic word. You said turn.
Absolutely.
What if Dragon Lee turns on Ray
Ooh.
and join Santos now?
That'd be twice though. That they've
It can
done
happen.
that. I mean, it could. It could.
We're just gonna make one big faction because
WrestleMania season KO.
yeah, it's gonna have one big
Expect the
faction.
unexpected.
You're gonna make one big Legado del Fantasma. You have Dom join, you have Dragon Lee join, you have
Andrade.
Andrade.
Well, Andrade's not in Legado. Andrade's gonna be doing his own thing with Dom. We'll see what happens there.
Yeah.
But you know what? I can give you one more theory to this on this. You also gotta remember this. When he chose Dragon Lee over the rest of the group on SmackDown, you notice some looks on some faces like him. Like, cause they thought it was gonna be one of them in the ring. So when he called Dragon Lee, he was looking like it's gonna be Carlito. Somebody gonna turn out that group.
Surely not
I can see
Carlito. Carlito's been getting whooped and beat down by everybody, man.
That's why I can be him that turns. Yeah, I remember he was a bad guy before and a great one at that. He was a hell of a heel.
Yeah.
So we could see the Apple come back, spinning people's face. Attitude Era 2.0.
I'm for that. I'm down with that. All right. So it's a sweep there. We all me and Brandon came to the dark side. We joined you guys. So
we swayed y'all, so now we all got the same pick. So we either all win together or we all lose together.
Yeah, well, we don't know. Jeremy has time to enter his picks as well. We'll get his in the chat at some point. So we'll see what he does.
And we know how much Jeremy loves Rey Mysterio. So
yeah. All right. The next one up on the list here is a 6-women tag match. Bianca Belair, Naomi, and Jade Cargill versus Damage Control. Interesting. You got the same theory possible for Damage Control. Do they all lose? You know, you got the Kairi Sane and you also Dakota Kai and Asuka, and you also have Io Sky facing Bayley for the title later. I just don't see them giving Jade Cargill an L in her first WrestleMania, first really match of any significance. I haven't seen the few shows. Has she had a match yet? Have I missed a match from her? Is this gonna be their first match? Okay.
Well, just the Royal Rumble, yeah.
So, yeah, but not an actual match. So I'm gonna go with that trio over Damage Control. Bayley's not involved in the night, so maybe she comes out and maybe there's a interference attempt, and maybe she comes out and helps them. But I'm gonna go with I just don't see him giving Jade Cargill an L. Even if she's not pinned, I don't think her team loses.
This has a chance to be just a fun match.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because Asuka and Kairi can do some things. Dakota, if she's healthy, can do some things. And you got Naomi, she's going to be flying around everywhere, lighting it up, no pun intended. And then Bianca is one of the best athletes around. And now you got Jade, the new powerhouse. I'm excited to see that. I mean, that's what's, really, because they've been building the story, but it's just like, hey, we're gonna throw this. I thought they were just gonna throw a tag match together, and I was like, if it's not for the titles, then like, I don't, are they gonna give Naomi the title after the last time she had it, she threw it away, and so I was like,
right.
I don't know how they're gonna do that. But then when they brought Jade out there, I was like, okay, I'm all for it because I've been wanting to see Jade, and she looked like a badass out there the other night, so I'm looking forward to seeing her in the ring and. You got a bunch of girls flying around. I think it's gonna be a fun wrestling match. Probably has a chance to be one of the just best, most entertaining women's wrestling matches of the weekend. When you take out storyline.
So, did you make your pick, Brendan?
Oh, Jade, Bianca, and Naomi.
Right. I thought so. Just didn't want to assume there, and then you say, "Well, I didn't tell you that."
Jade's gonna probably pin Dakota.
Okay.
All right, I'll go. So I think I'm not excited for this match at all. Don't really care for it.
Me either.
Could not care less about this match. Bianca's been feuding with Damage Control for what feels like 2 years now. I'm overseeing them in the ring and every iteration of this in the ring. I think this is a good opening match for Jade to debut in because it's going to protect her. There's not too much. She's green in the ring. Like she has a limited move set. She hasn't she's still learning. She's a powerhouse. Don't get me wrong. She has the look. She has the attitude. She has it all. She's still green. She's young. So I think if this protects her a little bit, you're going to see her give a big boot. She's going to hit the Jade slam on her. Like she's going to hit her like John Cena has the 5 moves of doom. Jade's going to hit her stuff, but I don't think she's getting the pin. But yeah, they're not, Jade's not losing at Mania in her first appearance. Naomi just came back. They're not going to give her an L. I don't like them beating the tag champions for no reason, but why did you put them in this match in the first place? So I couldn't. Bathroom break match again. Maybe these matches are back to back and you can go take a shower mid card and have it good to go. But I'm taking Jade, Bianca, and Naomi.
I just think wrestling wise, it's gonna be a fun. I mean, with all the other girls, I think it's gonna be a fun wrestling match.
It should be.
It should be. Like you said, the story wise, I don't like that they're doing that. That's why adding Jade helps a little bit because if it would have just been a tag match, I would have been like, well, I'm tired of seeing, like you said, Bianca against them.
At least the fact they added Jade, you got somebody new involved.
Yeah, and then
y'all are bearing the lead. And I know Swaggy is going to agree with me on this one. I think if we're looking big picture, what WWE has done to Bianca this year has just been poor. Like this is one of the worst builds. I mean, she was in the main event 2-3 straight years over there. And now she's in a 6-man afterthought throw together kind of a thing. I mean, they didn't even do KO and Sammy like that, and they're taking pretty big drops from last year. So Bianca getting dropped like that, I think is really unfortunate. I would have rather seen her lose to Jade in a one-on-one, like find a way to get those two or something. That's a big money match for the biggest WrestleMania of all time. And now we get a 6-man, just a crap match basically. And I'm taking the girls from Jade's side of things, but I'm really disappointed for Bianca that her star has fallen to this level.
Real quick on the Bianca point, that I love Bianca. I think she's great. I don't care about anything she's doing right now. Like I have zero interest in Bianca.
She needs
zero interest.
Yeah, they need to put her with Bobby and them instead of B-Fab.
Yes.
I got something. Yes. I got something for y'all.
All right, let's go, man.
So y'all know how Booker T on the pre-show has this quack moment of the show?
Yeah.
Shucky ducky quack.
Well, I'm gonna give you the first ever on the show, swaggy moment. And you're about to hear it. You're about to hear it live from me. This match will be boring, no doubt about it. Boring as hell. Cal, you said it best. It's probably a shower, bathroom, PlayStation 5 type of match. But there's gonna be a swerve in this match. But it's not going to happen in this match. It's going to happen Sunday night. I'm not going to say who yet. I'm going to wait till we get to the picks for Sunday night for that championship match. Someone in this match on that side, Bianca, Jade, Naomi, one of those going to cause Bayley the championship. And I'll tell you who when we get to that match. But as far as this match go, yeah, Jade ain't going to lose her first match.
All right.
Okay, that's a teaser.
Call that a tease.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all out there listening, tune in for that because
it's like Paul Heyman said, it's not a prediction, it's a spoiler.
It's a spoiler.
All right. So everybody's going with that one on the clean sweep there. All right, move up to the next match. The match that I'm looking forward to. 6-pack ladder match for the WWE Tag Team Championships. I am really looking forward to this one, guys. Hopefully they do well with these ladder matches because I've seen some great ones, and some of the people that are participating can do some stuff. So I'm excited about this one. We got, of course, the champions, the Judgment Day, Priest and Balor. We got the Awesome Truth back together. They're going to do some funny stuff with our Truth. I'm down for it. I'm really liking his character lately, man. That guy is a generational talent as far as like putting things over and just entertaining. Like he's and he still gets in the ring and does for being his. I don't know how old he is. Y'all think he's 50 yet? Pretty close.
He got to be in the 50s.
I mean, he doesn't look much older than he he did 20 years ago. He looks
He's
about the same.
52.
But I mean, just I'm loving what they're doing with him and the Miz this last 6 months. I've been loving that. You got DIY, you got Triple H's guys, Gargano and Ciampa. I love them. They're excellent. Of course, the New Day, always entertaining and doing crazy stuff. You got the New Catch Republic, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. Those guys can go. And then you got everybody's favorite heel tag team, A-Town Down Under, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. So a great mixture of guys that can go, guys that no one likes, guys that everyone love. Man, this could go so many different ways here. I hope it goes to my man, my two guys, DIY. That's who I'm picking in this match.
Let me stop you, Mr. Net SN, because I know you haven't been watching, and I don't know. They said they're separating the SmackDown and Raw titles, so I think you got to pick two winners, or you got to pick one team to win.
Oh, are
both.
they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna have two sets of belts up there, and you got two different. Yeah.
So we think they're going to split it. Okay.
That's
so
what Cole
you
said.
can pick one team to get them both, or you can pick two teams.
They're probably gonna split. That I didn't know that. Thank you.
Cole he subtly said it too. He didn't they didn't announce it. He said it during a match, off the cuff real quick.
But
yeah, I caught that.
Well, then I think for sure I'll go with DIY as one of the winners. I think they're going to win one of the belts. Now I've got to rethink my strategy. I'm kind of off.
I got mine.
I'm gonna let y'all. I'm gonna take my one, and I'm gonna let y'all talk for a minute since you guys are probably watching.
Sure, because I'd forgotten that, Diggs, because I remember him saying it, but I totally when I was just thinking of one winner, and I was I was deciding between two teams. Well, now that kind of helps me out. I'm gonna say my two winners are DIY and New Catch Republic, because that's what I was deciding between anyway. Because I think Priest and them do lose this. I think their time as tag champs is done.
Because Priest has got to start thinking about cashing in. He needs to.
Yeah, and the Judgment Day might not crumble, but it's about to have some significant changes, and so we don't know if that's going to still include Priest and Balor, or if Balor's going to go off and do something with JD and Dom, and Priest is going to do his own thing, or what's going to happen there. So I'll say they lose, and I'll say DIY gets one, and I guess they get the Raw ones, and New Catch Republic will get the SmackDown ones, and
and real quick, Brandon, now that y'all are saying this, I think when they put the titles together, it was a good move because the tag division, in all honesty, was terrible. Like now you've got so many good tag teams, you can actually have a tag division on each show, make matches mean something, and it's good matches that we care about. Like we just named 6 really good ones, and you didn't mention you've got the Street Profits that aren't mentioned. You've got lots of other tag
Pretty
teams
Deadly
right now. Yeah,
Legato,
so
Pretty Deadly.
Kyle's favorite, Pretty Deadly.
Yeah, the Legato guys, LFO, LWO.
Yeah, and you got so many. So you got lots of. So I think this is if this is the way they're going, I'm excited about this. I'm glad you guys informed me. I'm glad the way they're going here. Anybody else want to make their selection?
Well, I do. Like you said before, the tag division has it's gotten better, but it is time for a split championship. So with that being said, if they do go the split route, I gotta give my pick to a team that nobody looking at. And the reason why I say this, why I'm gonna say this team, because Cal had a point about Bianca a while ago, and I got to thinking wow, Cal is right about that. But what about Austin Theory? Like a year ago, he beat John Cena at WrestleMania. Now he just doing comical stuff with Grayson Waller and being his sidekick, his lackey on the show. I really do think A-Town Down is gonna actually win the SmackDown championships. And on the Raw side, I'm with everybody else. DIY, it have to be. But if it's just one championship, if it's just it's still the same, I'm still going with A-Town Down.
Okay.
I think I got mine.
KO?
I think I got mine.
You got KO.
I don't want them to split the titles. I think they just need to keep one. I think there's not enough quality tag teams that could really be champions. Yes, you named off a ton of teams, but Awesome Truth is not a long-term tag team. You got other Indus Shear, who is a tag team. Who gives a rat's you know what about Indus Shear? Like, nobody cares. Like, there's a lot of tag teams that nobody cares about, like Pretty Deadly. I mean,
Creed
some people
Brothers.
like Pretty Deadly, like Creed Brothers. Like, there's a lot of them, yes, but how many of those tag teams can you see actually winning the tag team championships? Like, maybe 3 or 4. So
I will say this, Cal, real quick. Pretty Deadly is entertaining, man. Kate Wilson, he's funny.
Yes, boy.
Him and Elton Prince have me laughing.
listen, different strokes for different folks. All right, you like it, that's great. It's not for me. But I don't want them to, I don't want to see them split them. But I did catch that on Raw too, where Cole said that both sets of tag titles have to come down. So I was like, okay, well, so I know what I just said about Awesome Truth, but with what I meant to say that too, that's one of the favorite things I've liked about Raw here or WWE recently is R-Truth. He has just been hilarious. I think Awesome Truth wins the Raw tag team titles. And the reason I think that is because of everything that R-Truth has going on with Judgment Day.
And you just said they weren't tag team.
But hear me out. They're a transition champion. They're not going to be a long-term champion. What this is doing is sticking a thorn in the side of Judgment Day because R-Truth has been a thorn already. He's going to take those. Now he's going to be the champions. And now they're going to be pissed off at R-Truth. So that's why I'm picking them on the Raw side. On the SmackDown side, I think I got to go with New Catch Republic. I love Pete Dunne. I'm glad Pete Dunne finally got his name back. That's a good thing that happened.
Oh my gosh, that was amazing.
No more Butch. Tyler Bates, awesome in the ring. I think they're a great tag team. So I can see them giving it to New Catch Republic as legitimate tag title champions, and then Awesome Truth getting it on the Raw side to further the storyline with Judgment Day, not so much to be champions for a long term.
Okay.
I've got DIY winning one of them, and then I've got New Day winning the other one and going to SmackDown because I think they will give them legitimacy on the tag titles, and they haven't done anything in a while. And I don't know what Big E's health is like, but I mean, you're seeing him more on TV at least right now, even if he's a vocal, just a voice man for him. What kind of first SmackDown back, having Big E come back, not necessarily wrestling, but being part of it. I think New Day is getting the champs.
Okay. And I'm going to go with New Catch Republic as my second winner as far as the tag goes. So we all have different.
You had some variety there.
Yeah, me and Brandon.
It helps when you get to pick two winners.
Yeah, it's a good variety. So me and Brandon have the same, and then everybody else, it's all kind of a mixture. So it's going to be interesting. I think, again, we talked about it before. This is what I like about this pay-per-view. A lot of these matches can go either way. They've got a lot of things, not ways they can go with it. So I'm just excited to see where they go here. All right, the next match on this list, it's the Battle of the Usos. Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso. Are you yeet? Are you no yeet on this one? Are we asking for something? Oh, here we go. This is what y'all asking for, I think. I'm gonna give y'all a spoiler alert. I'm going with the yeet. Jey Uso is gonna win.
Dude, when Pat McAfee does it, it's great.
He gets up on the table. It's great.
Yeah,
great.
I know he's gonna leave during college football again, but anytime he's around, it's money. But I got Jey Uso too, and it'll be interesting to see how he plays out the whole weekend. I know Swaggy threw a little thing later that he thinks is gonna happen, but I think Jay's gonna get this one, and this will be it'll be a fun, anytime you get family against each other. I've been going back and watching old WrestleManias. It started at 1, and I've made it through 12 so far. I'm not going to get them all done before this Mania, but I saw one of the ones I recently watched was Bret Hart against Owen Hart. So now we get a brother against brother again, and this should be a fun match, and that it's been a long story, and we don't know if it's going to end this weekend or there's going to be more bloodline story to come and where they're going to play a part in it. So, but I take Jey Uso in this one.
Well, my pick will
I've
be
got Jay as
signed up.
well.
My pick will be signed up in a few words. I was born a king. They taught me family first. I put that in the past. Give me Jimmy.
Oh, so this is your pick?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the Swag's got Jimmy Uso. All right, Kyle, who you got? Yeet or no yeet, Kyle?
Yeet. Team
Yeet.
Yeet over here.
All right.
I Jay's blossomed as a singles competitor. Jay has really grown into his own. Jimmy, you can't take him seriously. He's a lackey for Roman and Solo. Like he's unimportant. He's irrelevant to the whole program. He picked it up a little bit this past month when he finally started to get into it with Jay and set up this WrestleMania feud, but they waited so long to set this thing up. And I mean, I'm excited for it. Don't get me wrong. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a great match. There's going to be a lot of energy, a lot of intensity, and it's something that both of them want, like real life want. Like this is something that's a dream come true for both of them. So I'm happy to see them to get to see them play this out on a world stage. But yeah, Jay, there's no reason Jay shouldn't win. Like Jay should win this one.
All right.
Hey, real quick, I'm gonna go back on mine real quick. To reason why I picked Jimmy. Two things gonna happen. The other brother is gonna debut, or their own father is gonna pick a son. He's gonna pick Jimmy.
Interesting. Writing some good storylines. The professor you got a little a smirk out of the professor there, Swaggy.
And again, that's the great thing about what we're seeing right now is you can do that right now because there's so many different angles they can use this match as part of the Sunday night matches. There could be like little Easter eggs dropped for that with the Saturday night main event, or they could just have two guys go out there and just have a 5-star match, which those two are good enough to do it. I mean, you can do so much with that match, and all of them, I think, we're all going to be winners for.
All right. Next up, Intercontinental Championship match. Gunther versus Sami Zayn. Man, I feel like at some point Gunther's got to lose, but I don't see it Sami Zayn. You got to put somebody over. I don't think it's going to be him. So I'm going to go with Gunther to retain his Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah, I'd take Gunther, and I was a little upset that when it was going to be Sami. And but I did like the thing the other night. I actually liked the little segment with Sami and Chad Gable. I thought that was a cool little segment, and but I still don't think Sami's gonna win. But at least it added a little something to it, and this may be the bathroom break match because I don't need to. Sami will have some moves and stuff, but Gunther's gonna chop the crap out of him, and Gunther's gonna win this, and eventually he will lose, and I don't know to who. That only time will tell there. Like I don't see, because I want to see him challenge for a world title sometime. So hopefully one day he just says, "Hey, I'm done with that. I'll give this up and move on." But I'd actually rather never see him lose it. And then him just kind of, like you said this before, Bret, on past I think probably like 6 months ago you said this, but him traded in for a title shot on somebody.
Yeah.
I would like to see that. I would like to see that, especially if we get a certain champion, like say a Drew McIntyre becomes champion, and like a Gunther versus Drew McIntyre at Clash at the Castle for the title, or at SummerSlam. I mean, so we'll see what happens. But I take Gunther.
It was the old X Division deal in TNA where they would trade in, where you could trade in your title and you could try.
You so can.
Yeah, I think that's what I don't. It probably has been 6 months ago, Brandon, because I feel like Gunther's kind of. I mean, he's been the main champion for a while. I mean, you didn't have for a while. You didn't have the Seth Rollins as the world. He was like the champion because you never saw Roman Reigns, and so they either need to do that or they trades for a shot, or they need to put somebody over that they really want. It doesn't need to be anybody that doesn't need it. Like like Sami Zayn's not the guy right now. I mean, I love Sami. I think it's going to be a really good match because Sami always puts on a good match, and Gunther. I think it'll be a good match. I don't think it's going to be like a 5-star caliber match, like Diggs likes to say. But I think it'll be a solid match. But I'm looking for somebody that they can put over with Gunther.
Well,
This isn't it.
And I mean, they had different plans. They got their hand kind of got forced into this. They had a different plan for this match, and some outside circumstances changed their plans.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, I'll make my pick by giving you guys what I think is going to be the ending of the match. Hear me out real good.
All right.
You're going to have interference from Kaiser and Giovanni, no doubt. You're going to have the Alpha Academy come down and even that out. What you're not going to see coming is after that third Hallelujah kick, it's going to be Gable himself turn on Sami and call Sami the championship of jealousy because he didn't get the win over him on Raw a lot of weeks ago, and he just had to finish his story for his son. And that's when you're going to see Gable make that full transition into a heel. So heel Gable turns on Sami, causes a feud, Gunther retain.
Wow, I like that. I don't think that's way out in left field. I think that's we've kind of seen them go back and forth here over the last month. Okay, I like that, Swaggy.
And as brilliant as what Swaggy said was, I think you could even go a different route, because if you remember that Gable and Gunther match, it almost had that same vibes as Chris Jericho and back when he fake pinned Triple H on Raw, and he got that huge pop, and then they gave the belt back to Triple H. Gable on those near falls, the crowd was popping big for him. They wanted to see that. And then his daughter crying afterward. I mean, if you're going to have somebody take it off of him, it's got to be Gable. It's not going to be Sami. So I think they'll have a good match, but I think, and I've enjoyed the kind of this last minute buildup with Gable. But to me, Gable has been the star of that buildup. So I think you're going to see Gunther get the win, but like whether it's a heel Gable or a face Gable, I think Gable has really come across as the star of this, and that's where that story is going to go, one way or another.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I know I sound like a Debbie Downer and a little Eeyore tonight, but
Kyle's not watching Saturday night. He's
Kyle's ready for night two. He's ready to win that one.
I just feel like they're shoving this underdog Sami Zayn story down our throat, and I'm just nauseated with it. I like Sami Zayn. I enjoy watching Sami Zayn wrestle. I think he's fantastic in the ring. I love him. But bro, I'm not gonna throw a pity party for you. I don't this is Gunther, man. This is the final boss of this championship. This is the man. The longest reigning intercontinental champion of all time. He's the best. So I'm just it's cringy to me. It's almost cringy. Love the vignette that Gable and Sami had on Monday night with Gable training Sami and trying to loved that, but it's just also cringe to me. It's too much. This isn't Sami. I get the underdog story, but this is too much. With all that being said, I'm taking Gunther to win because Sami doesn't need this title, and this is not Sami's title to win. I would prefer that Gunther just drop the title and go after a World Heavyweight Championship. What I think is going to happen, we saw this vignette with Gable training Sami. I think Sami loses at Mania. Monday night on Raw, Gable and Sami are going back and forth about what happened. Gable earns his opportunity. And throughout that story somehow comes out, Gable tells Sami, yeah, I taught you a lot, but I didn't teach you everything. I had something in my back pocket so I could win the championship. Like y'all are saying, kind of turn the heel. I wanted you to lose so I could get my opportunity to I know I can beat Gunther. You can't. I know I can. So I think just the way that Chad Gable's acting, I think he is going to turn on Sami, and I think the story's going to be, I held something back from you that could have helped you beat Gunther.
Okay.
I agree.
I like that. All right. Next
Everybody
up.
pick.
Yep, all Gunther for the sweep. Next up is the Women's World Championship. Rhea Ripley versus the man Becky Lynch. I wonder who I'm going to go for here. No, this is a tough one for me. There's multiple things that they could do with this, but I'm going with the man Becky Lynch, and I think it's going to cause, like y'all talked about earlier, it's going to cause a little friction in the Judgment Day. I could see that splitting at some point here in the next few weeks, and Becky's going to be back on top.
Is this a question? Is this a Sunday night or a Saturday night?
This is a Saturday
night. I think this will open Saturday night.
We haven't gotten to Sunday's card yet. We're all in Saturday.
Okay.
These are all Saturday matches.
Personally, I got Becky winning this. I don't think. Well, I spoiled that one, but never mind. But I got Becky.
I'm gonna be
got
different
Becky
here.
as well. And this reminds me, I feel like I got Brandon in my head. I can't remember which pay-per-view. It was like very early after WrestleMania. I think it may have been Io Sky against Bianca or something. And Brandon was like, this is going to be a great match. Like, he was just excited about the wrestling component of that match. And then they went out and bored us. And, there was just nothing to it. And, it was like a 2-star match. And I'm worried about Rhea and Becky with that end, because there's really not a fascinating storyline right now with this match. And yeah, they're good wrestlers, but what does this match really mean? It's just, two big dogs wrestling each other because that's what they're going to do. I think Becky's going to win this match, but I think it's going to be very underwhelming relative to some of the other things we could have seen with this match build up.
Well, the stories here have been more with Nia and Liv. Like they've been more part of the story than Becky. It's been Nia with Becky, Nia with Rhea, Liv with Becky, Liv with Nia, where like Becky and Rhea haven't been the centerpieces of the story together. And I'm gonna be different here. I'm gonna say Rhea. I don't think this is her time to lose the title. If it does start the show, I could see where Becky wins and gets the crowd going. But the crowd loves Rhea almost as much. She gets. And, so I don't think you can go wrong with either winner here, and it's not going to piss the WrestleMania crowd off either way. So Rhea keeps her title for now. She's not from Scotland, but they got Clash at the Castle coming out. They got some other things where you can use her. I mean, they're not going to Australia anytime soon, but I don't think this is her time to. I think her having the title could be more of a detriment to Judgment Day than her losing it. So I'm going to say Rhea keeps it right here, and they do something else with Becky, but I don't know what, but I think Rhea keeps it for now, and we probably get Rhea and Nia again. I don't know, but at the next pay-per-view.
Bret, I see your man, and I raise you.
That's why I want to go before Kyle, because I knew he'd be on my side. I wanted to be the first one to be different.
All right, so Kyle,
there's no reason for Becky to win the title. Like, there's no reason. Like,
she's the man.
But what Rhea's doing with the championship now is fine. Like,
I don't think she needs the title anymore. She doesn't.
So what do you do with Rhea if she doesn't have the title?
She's still going to have the whole Judgment Day.
Judgment Day.
She's got all that going on right now. I think they're going to have some more. That's where I think they all lose their belts, and they're all going to be all each other. It's going to be.
I think she keeps. I think they all lose theirs, and she keeps hers. And she's like, "Hey, she's
going to look dominant.
Oh, that's a
she's
good one.
She's going to look dominant. She's going to stay dominant.
Or they both lose their belts, and now Damien's got the case. So he's in charge now, Judgment Day, and that's where now he's gonna be able to kind of talk her down, because he's the only one with any kind of valuable thing.
Think about what this does for Rhea, though. Think about this. She won the championship at last year's Mania against Charlotte Flair, one of the greatest women wrestlers of all time. This year, she could beat Becky Lynch. In back-to-back Manias, you beat Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch on the grandest stage of them all. Look at what that does for Rhea's resume as champion. Like, she won the title over Charlotte, defended it against Rhea in back-to-back Manias. Like, that's huge. So I I don't see Rhea losing it. And there's no one else in the women's division that's ready to take the championship. Like there's nobody that's proved that they're ready to step up and take the championship. Because if you take it off Rhea, who do you give it to?
Tiffy time. It's Tiffy time.
Hey, KO, you just made a good point. You made a hell of a good point. Let me take you back real quick. Remember, WrestleMania, was it here? Was it no, it wasn't here. It was the year before, I believe. Remember, Bianca had just defeated who she just defeated and got her title back. I forgot. And then Becky came out and challenged her. A returning Becky came back and challenged her and won. Could we see her returning Charlotte? Challenge the winner right after the match?
I think it's too soon for Charlotte. Yeah, I think she's still too hurt.
Yeah, she tore an ACL. She's
she's out of there. Yeah, she's out of there for a minute.
But Charlotte may be the one to take it off for Rhea when it's time.
Yeah.
I don't need no title reign either.
Telling y'all, man, it's Tiffy time, man.
I agree.
She just got called up.
It doesn't matter.
She just got called up.
She has got it, Kyle.
She has the it factor.
I understand. I see. I have eyes as well. I get it.
But what I'm saying,
not just
I know she's good in the ring. I understand. I get it. She's good in the ring. I'm just saying, like, she just got up. She barely had a cup of coffee. You can't give her the championship right now.
I didn't say give it to her, but like that could
I agree.
That could be the next.
She could be the one to take it off Rhea. Yes, absolutely. Maybe it's SummerSlam or somewhere down the road. Absolutely.
And she's getting a split reaction. Like she's heel, but in the Elimination Chamber, they were cheering her.
They were cheering her like it wasn't nothing.
She's got the LA Knight reaction. Doesn't matter. Heel, face, whatever. They're going to end up they're going to turn her face at some point just because of the fans are just, yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me talk to you.
All right. It's main event time, and I'm really excited about this one.
Yes.
Got the tag team, probably one of the biggest tag team matches that I can remember in WrestleMania history. I mean, there's
the biggest, says WWE.
Like the name brand, like you've got so many big names in this match. Like
Mr. T and Hulk Hogan.
Man, this match is gonna be
I mean, I don't know. So we got The Rock and Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. It's going to determine winner gets their stipulation in the main event on Sunday. So the Bloodline wins. It's Bloodline rules in the title match. If Cody and Seth win, then it's Bloodline is barred from ringside. Which here's my thinking on that: we're not barring the Bloodline from ringside. That takes all the fun out of the main event on Sunday. So for me, Roman Reigns and The Rock are taking this one. And it's going to be Bloodline rules on Sunday in the main event. What do you guys think?
Hey, I know I stand. This is a hard one because I love Cody Rhodes and I love Seth Rollins. Hey, this is definitely, and I repeat, definitely the final boss. The final boss. Rock. But I'm gonna leave something for Sunday, but I'm gonna take my pick right there on that. But Sunday, when we come back to that one, got a shocker for you. So yeah, rocking Roman.
Oh, I thought you were picking Cody and Seth the way you were talking earlier.
No. You're gonna see when we get to Sunday night main event. You're gonna see where I made the swerve. Yeah, so rocking Roman.
All right.
Oh,
we may get a sweep here. I'm gonna.
Go ahead.
Gonna get Mama Rhodes crying, Brandon.
Yeah, we can get Mama Rhodes crying. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I'm very excited about this story and where it goes, and I think Sunday, and I don't care. I'll share my Sunday thoughts just as a big. It doesn't necessarily gonna say who wins or not, but I think Sunday's gonna turn into a "this is your life" kind of a thing where every person's going to be coming out and doing everything. I mean, we might even see John Cena trying to get Solo Sikoa back. I mean, we could see all kinds of crazy things, but you got to have Bloodline rules to do that. And therefore, I think we're going to get Bloodline rules.
Well, Matt, I think we could get some of that smoke and mirrors on Saturday too, but they could leave it off for Sunday. But one of those nights, like you said, you're getting John Cena, you're probably getting Stone Cold because a couple weeks ago in the Rock, they zoomed in, they kind of spotlighted, hey, there's Stone Cold John Cena. That WWE does things on purpose, and we're at least getting one of them, but probably both of them, and it could be Saturday, it could be Sunday, it could be both, but I think you more likely get it in the match the Rock's in, but like you said, if you have the Bloodline rules, you get more of that. Like you said, this is your life, and get all those smoke and mirrors. But yeah, Mama Rose, I think your boy's going down on Saturday night.
Guys, could this guy show up and interfere in the match? I mean, maybe.
Well, I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
No, I think he'll save his for Sunday night.
Yep, so he's Sunday night.
That's what I was talking about. Well, could he show up at some point? I mean, you were saying
I don't think
people.
but that's a different match. He'll show up in a different match, not this one or not the Bloodline matches, but a different Seth match. Yeah. But yeah, this one, Rock and Roman are gonna win. This is a perfect, tag matching, protect the Rock, because he's obviously gonna be a little rusty in the ring, but I'm looking forward to seeing Seth and Cody as a team. You see some. I think they're going to stick together for this match. They may turn back on each other down the road, but I think this one they're going to be a cohesive unit, but they're still going to lose, and and we'll get Bloodline rules on Sunday.
This is the easiest match to pick of the whole weekend. I don't know what there's really no debate about this. This is the easiest one. Rock's not losing in his first match back in however many years. Rock ain't losing. Roman's not taking an L before Sunday night. So this is the easiest. They're obviously going to win. They want Bloodline rules for Sunday night. It's going to be a good match. It's going to be a fun match. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, it's obvious. Like, we know what's going to happen. We don't know exactly how it's going to happen, but we know Roman and Rock are going to win, and it's going to be Bloodline rules. I'm going to save what I think is going to happen Sunday night for later on. But yes, it's Rock and Roman easy win on Saturday night in the main event. But it'll be entertaining for sure, and there will be something unexpected at the end for sure.
All right, that's our Saturday night card. And even though Kyle's peed all over it because he went to the bathroom every match.
I have a question real quick for y'all. Has anybody ever noticed when The Rock throw the one, he do it like this?
Yeah.
Keep an eye on that.
Yeah. It's definitely interesting. I've noticed.
Well, he's just shouting out Lindell America, right? With the L's in the air. So
hey, Lindell East Texas school? Oh, wait.
I don't know. Let's ask Matt. Lindell, East Texas?
It is east of Highway 19, so it does.
What about Van?
East Texas.
DFW.
Van's DFW.
Canton. Wait, you said Van's DFW?
DFW.
We're on this side of 19, aren't we? Or is Van on the other side of 19?
Van's 10 miles down the road.
You don't even know where 19.
I don't keep up with East Texas. I know Brandon spends more time in Dallas than he does in East Texas from his social media posts. Out there in DFW's own Athens watching Swaggy Skyline get kicked out of the tournament.
Oh man. All right, that's great.
Henderson County.
Let's hit night 2 up, guys. Sunday night card here. We'll do the same thing. We'll start from the bottom and move up to the top. First match listed on the card is I guess it's a 6-man tag match here. Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits versus the Final Testament. I'm sorry. I'm really tired of this feud. I'm sure some of you guys agree with me on this, but
yes, I'm looking at Kyle right now.
So over this, Kyle's probably going to say this is a bathroom match.
Oh, this is more of the bathroom, bro. This is go fix your nachos, whatever you got to do, because this match is going to be hell of a boring. Like, I have no interest in it. None.
They've tried to shove Karrion Kross down our throat all different ways, and I don't know. It
ain't working.
It doesn't do anything for me. Just for the sheer fact that I like the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley, I'm going with them for the win in this one.
Me too.
Yeah, this
I ain't waste my time on this one. Me too.
I remember really liking AOP and NXT. Like they were putting on some really good tag team matches back then with the other Raiders before they became the Viking Raider. I mean, there were some really good matches, and for whatever reason, the storyline. And you got Ellering. Ellering is a genius. They just haven't figured out how to make that all work on the main roster right now. But Bobby Lashley is a bona fide star, and you can't let the stars lose on WrestleMania in a pointless match. So I'm going to take Street Profits and Lashley. Maybe it'll rain solo cups all over Philadelphia.
Hope
I'll
so.
take the Bobby and whatever they called I'll take Bobby and we got a comment here, but yeah, I'll take
comment. All right,
I'll take Bobby and the Street Profits here.
That's interesting. I think Third Degree. We like the comments here.
That's a funny one too.
It is funny. We'll bring that on here. We got this isn't a piss break match. It's a full dump break match.
Absolutely right.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
I agree 100% with that, dude. 100% with that.
Thanks for watching and commenting, man.
Yeah, we appreciate it. We're doing some good ratings like Raw tonight, guys.
This match is stupid. This match is stupid. I hope they put it in the middle of the card where we could just have go grab some snacks, maybe a cold beverage from the fridge.
You may need a couple of cold beverages.
Jeez, man.
Hey, KO, how about the kickoff show?
Jeez. This don't even belong on kickoff show. This belongs on mid-card on SmackDown. Like, this is that.
We've been getting on mid-card on SmackDown for about 2 months.
I'm not interested in AOP.
Main event, Kyle. This belongs on main event.
Hey, Bret, y'all remember back in the days? Back in the day, we had Sunday Night Heat, and they had a pay-per-view at the same time, and they have a match on Sunday Night Heat. Yeah. That's how this should be.
This needs to go on WWE Speed. This should be on Twitter. This should not be on TV.
A three-minute match.
I love Karrion Kross when he was in NXT, when he was chasing the NXT championship. And when he finally won the NXT championship. That was the best version of Kross. His presentation was dope. Everything was awesome. Then they called him up to the main roster, and he lost to Jeff Hardy as the NXT champion. Jeff Hardy as the NXT champion. So from then on, he just went downhill. And he's never been able to recover. It's like Wardlow in AEW. After the MJF thing, Wardlow hasn't recovered. Karrion Kross hasn't recovered. It's I don't care about Karrion Kross. I don't care about AOP. I don't care about Scarlett. I don't care about Paul Ellering. I don't care about any of them. Love Bobby Lashley. Love the Street Profits. Easy. They're going to win this one. But I could not care less about anything that the Bobby does.
Kyle's going full heel tonight, guys.
I agree with it.
Break match.
I
agree with it.
Hashtag full dump break match.
He's going to put that tomorrow when he's tweeting to watch it.
Well, the nachos and everything get to you, gotta go.
Yeah. All right, Brandon, you got
get something better.
I gave you my pick.
Oh, did you say already? Because I just missed it.
Yeah, Bobby.
We're all taking the Street Profits.
I got distracted by the dump break match.
Yeah.
All right, next up, match I'm looking forward to. They've been really did a good job of building this match. L.A. Knight, talk to me, against AJ Styles.
Whose game is it?
It's L.A. Knight's game, and that's who is going to win this match right here. Is L.A. Knight. I love me some L.A. Knight guy, and he's going to win this match. Let me talk to you.
Yeah, I'll give a little plug to. I met Chris Vanini from The Athletic this weekend at the Elite 8, Sweet 16, and he told me he had an article coming about LA Knight, and it released either Monday or yesterday, and it's a great piece on LA Knight. Just so if you subscribe to Athletic, or even if you don't, go check it out, and it's like $1 a month. So go check out the piece on LA Knight. It's just a great story about how he even ended up here. He almost when he was in NXT, and then they stopped going to that independent route. They started going to the more the college athlete route. He almost lost his spot, and then they finally brought him up and did the whole
Not
male
Max-
model thing.
Max Dupree.
Yeah, and
Almost ruined it.
and he was going to be. I mean, we know what there was nothing for him, and then they finally brought him back to LA Knight, and he's just been to the moon since. And now he's fighting AJ Styles at WrestleMania, so it's really cool to see. I think it'll be a fun match. It's been a good build. They did some things they used to do in the Attitude Era, where you go to people's houses and get arrested, and like Swaggy said, Attitude Era 2.0, and this is one of the elements of it. You have the wife out there calling the cops, and
that was funny. That was so funny.
And you get the face getting arrested. You rarely get stuff like that. So now I'm looking forward to it. These are both classic TNA guys. So I think it'll be a fun match.
I have a question for you guys real quick.
And I pick LA Knight. I'm gonna go with I guess I'm gonna say somewhat of an upset here.
I have a question for y'all real quick about LA Knight. Who you like better? Who you like better, LA Knight or Eli Drake?
I mean, I bet they're the same, but I'll say LA Knight. But I like them both.
I'm going LA.
I like Eli Drake, and I like the talk show. Dummy, yeah. That was just
that was good.
That was so funny. But my pick for this match, LA Knight. I just don't see him losing at his first WrestleMania. So LA Knight.
Yeah.
KO said that he thought the most obvious match was the Rock and Roman versus and whatnot. I think the most obvious match is this one. Give me LA Knight. Yeah.
So I guess it's not an upset. I guess we're all going that way. Okay.
For those that don't know, I got to pull a LA Knight and do a at the American Airlines Center on the microphone. So
that was cool. Hey,
wow!
Get that gig, Kyle. Somebody cool must have invited you.
Listen, we had a gig with this company called NetSN, Northeast Texas Sports Network. Great guy named Bret over there.
I'm Mr. and I wonder if he's kin to me.
I don't know. This is an easy match to pick. I'm taking LA Knight. I will say this though. AJ Styles absolutely jocked. He is ripped.
Yeah,
I don't know what he did in his time off, but he didn't leave the weight room when he was doing it. He is absolutely ripped. So that he looks good, but LA Knight's going to win. Yeah.
All right, clean sweep for Mr. Knight. United States Championship triple threat match: Logan Paul versus Randy Orton versus Kyle's uncle Kevin.
Yeah, Uncle Kevin.
Man, I don't know. I just don't. Logan Paul's had it. I think he doesn't need the belt. I think it's coming off of him. I'm kind of torn between who. I'm gonna go with Randy Orton just because I feel like it's a feel good. Like he came back from almost basically not being able to wrestle again, and I'm just gonna go with Randy. I think they're gonna. I think he's gonna come out of nowhere and RKO some people and end up with the belt. So I'm going with Randy Orton. I'm not totally 100% sold on it, but I just think it's not Logan Paul. I'm just not sure which route they're going to go.
Well, here's a fun fact for you, Matt. I don't know if you knew this or not from our football group, but before I became Swaggy, my nickname was the Viper.
Oh,
because I was a big Orton fan, and I used to really just think I was just an actual Viper. Like I get into that meme mode, and I just snap on people. So with that being said,
throw it up.
Go ahead, Brandon.
Yeah, I think this is the match I hope they open the second night with. I think this would be a good second night opener, triple threat, just a lot going on. And we've seen Logan Paul in the ring. We've seen he can do some cool stuff. Randy and Kevin are going to stun. Randy RKO and Kevin the Stunner. They're going to stun people all over the place. And so I think this would be a good opening match. With that being said, I'm gonna be a little different here. Shout out to Logan Paul. I don't think he loses yet.
Oh,
wow!
We're gonna have the logo on the ring.
Brandon's turning heel now.
His first match with the logo on the ring.
You're turning heel now.
It's gonna be his first match with the logo on the ring. He's gonna start having it for the live events. You got to have the belt on him a couple times. Why he can't lose with his logo on the ring?
He could.
So he could, but I'm gonna say Logan Paul keeps it.
Okay, he was hanging on to that prime this whole time, just waiting for that one.
He was. He got his moment. He waiting on that one. You did good, Brandon.
Well, I gotta hydrate for all of Kyle's bathroom.
Well, the professor's confused on that, so let's see what he has to say.
I mean, y'all keep talking about the potty stuff. It's a little awkward here. You know? Don't forget, gentlemen, at the age of 45, make sure you go get your colonoscopy, and you'll have a whole new view of what a dump break match is all about.
Hey, you should have watched the McAfee show yesterday. It was Everybody Farts Tuesday. All right, Dan Orlovsky farted on McAfee show, so it's been a lot of talk about poop. Yeah, Friday's gonna be good. Anyway, sorry.
Oh wow.
Sorry, Professor. Go ahead.
It's completely hijacking me, KO. I'm gonna take we're about to have a situation where we're gonna go a little old school, and you're the WrestleMania. You're gonna see me rolling through behind you with a steel chair. Although I think Papa Owens could probably take me out after seeing some of your social media stuff, so I don't know if I can get past that part of things. But I think you have to have Randy Orton win this one, and you can be creative, but I think you're going to have Logan Paul take the RKO of all RKOs, and that's going to be his moment, is that he's going to go viral with his RKO, kind of like Seth Rollins 6 or 7 years ago in that thing. That was the RKO. I think Logan Paul is going to have the RKO of all time on him for this match.
Well, I will say this is one of the probably the toughest one for me to pick on the card. I think this one I could see it going all three directions. I could see either Orton, Logan Paul, or KO walking away with the championship, and I would be okay with any outcome. I think there's more of a story between Logan Paul and Kevin Owens. The stuff with Randy kind of just happened at the Chamber with, him costing him a spot, honestly. But I think there's just more of a story between Logan and KO. So I don't think Randy wins it. And honestly, I think the U.S. Championship's below Randy Orton. Like I don't see Randy Orton winning a U.S. Championship. Like it just doesn't compute with me. So I think it's Logan Paul or KO. I don't mind it being on Logan. Like I think it's fine on Logan Paul right now. I don't see.
Hold on a second. It's your uncle calling. He's upset with you. He asked, "Why are you picking against me?"
I never said I was. You didn't let me finish.
Hold on. He's still making his pick. Yeah.
I never said I was. I also don't see. I mean, why give it to KO? Like, what are we doing with Kevin Owens right now?
Oh my!
To give it to
Kevin. Oh my!
I'm sorry, Unc, but there's just no point. Why not just keep it on Logan Paul? It gets the exposure on Impulsive.
Okay.
It gets the exposure that it needs. Yeah. Why not just keep it on Logan Paul?
Yeah, he's probably okay. You just got uninvited to family dinner.
But with all that being said, I didn't say I was picking Logan Paul because dadgummit, I don't go against family. Roman Reigns has it on his hoodie. Oh. Family above all. I'm taking KO.
Okay. Well, let me call him back.
Kevin Owens.
Hey, he changed his pick. He's okay.
Give me Uncle Kevin.
I'll tell him.
You can't have your uncle mad at you, man.
He's gonna work on some tickets for you now.
He's gonna give you a starter.
Give me Uncle Kevin.
All right. Good. Smart move. All right.
Brandon, we can't hear you.
Mike Tyson. And so Logan Paul has to have that belt there.
Listen, I want KO to win, so I'm picking KO, but I think Logan's going to go away with it. But I'm taking KO.
He's got to have that belt to show up Mike Tyson.
I agree with Brandon on that.
Yes,
I do.
Interesting point. All right, next up, the WWE Women's Championship: Io Sky versus Bayley.
All right,
man.
I think we gotta let Swaggy start with this one because he sold this one an hour ago. I got to hear where he took his theory on.
We'll start with him. I got something to add to this too. So go ahead, Swaggy.
So once again, like I said earlier, here go your swaggy moment. Remember what I said earlier about night one, about the three women that's going to win. Now, pay attention to this. Bianca has been telling Naomi for weeks not to trust Bayley, right?
Mhm.
They been getting beat up week after week. Have Bayley came and helped them? No. This is where you see a heel turn that Cal stated earlier. She needs this heel turn. This heel turn will put her back in the right direction. Keeping her a face is not going to help. Bianca Belair turns heel, comes down, costs Bayley the championship. And that's going to be the biggest heel turn she needs because that's going to elevate her going forward. So Bianca Belair, heel turn. Bayley loses.
To spin off of Swaggy there, I agree with him on the heel turn, but I think it comes after the match. I think Bayley wins the title.
Good point.
Then Bianca comes and does it, and that's going to be your next Bayley versus Bianca for the title at an upcoming pay-per-view. And so I think Bayley wins the title, and then Bianca turns on her.
Well, I've loved the way they've built the storyline with Bayley and Io Sky. This whole time, we could see it coming months ago with the talking in Japanese, the back and forth, isolated her. And so, in honor of that, I'm going with Bayley, and I want to bring back old school hugger Bayley.
Not the hugger.
The title. Celebrate. We're ready to go.
You know what? Bret. I can actually see that song being played Sunday night.
Oh, I would go crazy if they played this.
Because like they always do the special interests. That may be one of them. We may get some inflatables.
So I love this version of Bayley in NXT. They did so many good stories with her. I think the heel turn was needed. Obviously, you get, but she's played out that heel character for so long. Now she's the one that got kind of dumped, and I'd love to see them bring that character back. It's not going to be the exact same, but in some form or fashion. And I think it's a feel good moment. It's Bayley's time. She has been like taking so many L's over the past year, putting people over, elevating other wrestlers. I think this is her moment at WrestleMania. This is her crowning achievement moment. She's going to win the title.
Okay, I want to go back on my pick. I want to go with Bayley.
Oh, I sold somebody on one. Look, let me last.
But I still got my heel turn.
Really, it was Brandon that we should give credit to for changing.
Brandon did that.
Okay.
Trying to take too much credit,
Hey,
Mr.
I thought it was the music. I thought I got it going. All right.
You don't even know where Northeast Texas is at the end of the day, Bret. I'm taking Bayley as well. Io Sky is just not somebody who's going to win a big championship match on WrestleMania. Not yet.
KO?
Yeah. I think Damage Control is not doing any. I don't care about Damage Control. I'm taking Bayley. Yeah, I like the turn that Bayley's going. She's babyface now, and people want to cheer Bayley. They don't want to boo her anymore. I hadn't thought about Bianca turning on Bayley. I hadn't thought about that. But would it really be turning? Because they're not exactly on the same side right now anyway. I mean, I guess Bianca could turn heel and turn on Bayley that way.
On heel, yeah.
But, I mean, Bayley hasn't done anything to Bianca recently. Like, they haven't crossed paths other than, recently with Bianca and Naomi, but they haven't really done anything to warrant Bianca turning on Bayley. Like, and especially if Bayley doesn't do anything to cost them the match against Damage Control on night one, then why? I don't know. I just don't see why Bianca would attack. I wouldn't mind it. I'm all for Bianca turning heel. I wouldn't mind it. I just don't see why it would happen. But I'm picking Bayley. Give me Bayley. I hope she wins. I think a good, nice, maybe 5-6 month title reign for Bayley would be good for her. Kind of get her momentum back going. So give me Bayley.
Okay. All right. Next up, World Heavyweight Championship match. Seth freaking Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. Man, there's a lot of things that could go on in this match. You've got, to me, the kind of the, I guess, the wild card per se is that briefcase that Damian Priest holds right now. I could see him coming into this match, even 3-way in this match, and coming out with the title. And then also, so he's either going to be the champion or have that briefcase, and I think that's what's going to cause some of the rift, or he's going to try to take more control over Judgment Day, which is going to cause a kind of a split there, I think. I don't know if we take that into effect, if we pick one or the other of these guys and Damian Priest wins, I guess no one wins the pick. So I don't know how to go that route. But if I'm taking somebody in this match to win, I'm going to go with Drew McIntyre right now. He's really hot. He's a big time heel right now. I think Seth Rollins is still beat up. I know he's probably healed up a little bit. I think he may take some time off and then return in a story a little bit later. But I think McIntyre wins it. Maybe he has the title, and maybe he hits him and Punk maybe next, and Punk returns at some point. And then of course Rollins could come to that too. So I'm going to go with Drew McIntyre here. I just feel like that they've built him up. His character is about as hot as it's been since the pandemic, honestly. And I'm interested in this match. I think it's going to be, the storyline has been really good they've done a good job of kind of shifting, because CM Punk was scheduled to be in this match, I believe, tentatively originally. So they've done a good job of kind of keeping Punk in there. He's going to be on commentary. I don't know if it's just for this match or if it's for the whole evening. I'm not sure how. I know he'll be on commentary during this match. I'm excited about that in this match. Anytime we can put a microphone on CM Punk, sign me up. I'm in for it. I've watched the promo. I think it was not this week's Raw, but last week, and the interaction where McIntyre sat at the table, act like he was doing the pipe bomb. That whole interaction with three of them, I loved it. It was great. So I'm really looking forward to this match. And if there wasn't a main event, this huge main event, this might be my match I'm looking forward to the most. But it's right there with that one. But I'm going to go with, for all those reasons, I'm going to go with Drew McIntyre. I just think it's his time.
Yeah, there are so many fascinating things you can do with all of this interplay. I mean, there's theoretically an angle where you could see Damian cash in on Saturday after Seth gets beat down by The Rock and Roman, and then come in there, and now you got to figure out what's the Sunday event going to be like. It's going to be Drew versus Damian. You're going to get the triple threat match, and that could be a fun storyline. But from what I understand, and I'm gonna tap into Brandon's brain because he's the dirt sheet guy. I don't think Drew is under contract. He's like almost out of there. And if he's almost out of there, they're not putting the belt on him. So to that end, and I may change my mind after Brandon tells me I'm wrong about that, but I think you got to have Seth win if Drew's still on his way out.
I have something to say to that, Brandon, real quick. They wouldn't be setting up this story with Drew and CM Punk if Drew wasn't signed past WrestleMania. Like, they're setting stuff up so when CM Punk returns, that's CM Punk's feud. They wouldn't be setting all this up if Drew wasn't already under contract. That's just how I feel. Maybe he's not, but they wouldn't be keeping this feud with him and Punk going if Drew was just going to be gone in a month. Like, because Punk's not going to be back in a month. Anyway, my 2 cents.
Go ahead, Brandon. I want to hear this.
Man, I'm torn on this match. I mean, and both Matt and Kyle both made great points there. I kind of agree with Kyle about I don't know if Drew is going to leave that quick because we got to get a payoff with him and Punk at some time. But I don't know if there's a title involved with that. But they keep playing on Drew getting to finally get his WrestleMania moment with fans because when he won it, it was COVID Mania with no fans, and they just finally advertised Clash of the Castle their day in his hometown. So I don't know if they want to bring him with a title in there. That'll be interesting. I'm torn on this one. The one I was kind of leaning to picking Drew, but then Seth just got cleared. He's like cleared. He's healthy again. Are you going to take the title? Like, you've had the title on him while he's been hurt. Are you going to take the title off of him now while he's cleared and healthy? That's the one thing that doesn't sit right with me.
Cleared doesn't mean 100% healthy though.
I mean, he's never going to be 100%. I mean, because he's Seth Rollins.
Because you could literally have, Drew McIntyre just beat the living dog out of him, and then he takes a month or so off. I don't know.
Yeah, man.
It's tough though, and there's so many things that could happen in this match, and this, to me, these two guys, neither one of them may win. We could have a cash in too. So,
well, personally,
or does someone win and then there's a cash in, or do you think Damon just comes in and straight, does like Seth at Levi's
and just makes it a triple threat and cashes in.
And then, man, it's tough. I'll go with Drew. I think I'm more inclined to go with Drew since it's not the main event. Because if it was a main event, I don't think they wouldn't end the night with Drew winning with holding the title. I'll say Drew wins this. I don't feel good about it. This is what you started the show saying, Bret. Is there's so many, and this may be the toughest one to pick of the whole night. You had the two no-brainers you said with LA Knight, and there was another one, but probably the first main event night. But this is probably one of the toughest where it could go either way. There's so many things you can do with it, and it's going to make it intriguing. You can't go anywhere in this match because and I don't know if they'll do it right before the main event, but this is one you got to be locked into because anything could happen with CM Punk, with Damian Priest, and just with the two guys in the ring. I think it's going to be a good match, and I'll pick Drew, but I don't feel great about it.
I actually agree with Kyle as far as Drew being as relevant as he's been in a long, long time. I mean, he's wrestled Seth 2 or 3 times in this part of this build-up, and he keeps losing very convincingly, but his character keeps progressing. And I love that you can see that with character development, that even despite his losing, he's developing more personality out of it. And I don't know if it's because he's almost ready to go and he's just like saying screw it and being more of himself, and he's just so hot, he's undeniable, or if this is Triple H doing something with his character. But KO is absolutely correct about the fascinating element of Drew right now, but it doesn't mean he's signed.
Doesn't mean he's signed. It doesn't.
Also, could we get some kind of bloodline element in this match? You keep every time. There's been a couple times where you see Drew and Paul Heyman in the background. Drew maybe comes and helps rocking them on Saturday, and then maybe Solo comes and helps Drew on Sunday. Solo screwed Drew that one time. Was it? I think it was Solo or one. Yeah, Solo screwed Drew one time against Roman. Now maybe this could be, hey, Solo's going to repay the favor and help you out. But
I think you get my honest opinion. I'm glad you said that. I was going to say, I think you get a Solo interference and cause Rollins the match, and I think you get a CM Punk Drew confrontation at the end of that match, post match. I think you get a fight. I think you get some kind of way CM Punk does something. Whether it's a chair shot, something, GTS, and I think you hear that Judgment Day music hit, and there you cash in, and Damian Priest walks out of WrestleMania as the new World Heavyweight Champion, and they're gonna be able to say that Drew won a championship in front of a live audience. So, like you said, if his contract is up, that is going to be the way that you send him out. He won it and lost it.
Yeah,
I like it.
So you're going.
And one little element, we talk about some of the Easter eggs they've been dropping. When Rock gave his promise promo a few weeks ago, he promised he was taking the belt off of he was going to help get the belt off of Rollins as well. So that could be part of it.
And then he'll look at Drew and say, "What can I say except you're welcome?"
That was so funny. Right. Make it disappear.
So we got everybody with Drew McIntyre so far. Kyle, you got.
I took Seth,
you didn't say that.
Way, so
okay, so you got Seth. So you're the outlier. So Kyle, who you got?
Well, I think that Seth being involved in the bloodline stuff is going to come back to haunt him. I think he's going to wear himself out, injure himself Saturday night, kayfabe injure himself
He's going to
Saturday
come out
night.
all injured, you know.
Yeah, and then Sunday, I think Drew wins it, and I hate that Swaggy went before me because that's exactly what I was about to say. I think I've been saying this the whole time talking to people off this show, but I've been saying this the whole time. I think Drew beats Seth at WrestleMania. He gets his moment. Drew wins. And as Drew's celebrating, you hear that Judgment Day music. Here comes Priest after it's been a knockdown drag out between him and Seth. And Priest comes in, cashes in, and Priest walks out of Mania champion. But that's when I think it sets up Clash at the Castle. Drew wins the title at Clash in the Castle in his home country of Scotland. So I think this is giving him the title, and then it's also creating some sort of sympathy for Drew, because then people are like, oh, he got his moment. Cool. Oh, then he lost it. That's tough. And it's the same thing that he was this close last year at Clash at the Castle. Like, I think he wins it for a few minutes. Priest cashes in, and then maybe it's him and Priest at Clash at the Castle for the world title. But I think that Drew wins it in Scotland.
Okay.
I agree.
Right. So the professor is the outlier then this one. All right. You're on that island.
I've been on the island of relevancy the whole time I've been on this podcast. So.
And that brings us to the main event, guys. The undisputed WWE Universal Championship title defense number 1 of the year. I don't know how many times is Roman Reigns defended the title. Not very many this year. And so the question is, everybody's asking, does he finish the story? Does he do it? Yes, he does. Cody Rhodes is going to come out and knock off Roman Reigns and end the night the new champion. Yes, he does, guys. He does it through chairs and interference and as many shenanigans as you can imagine. I think this match could have anything. I'm excited about how they're going to get there, what they're going to do in this match. There could be people show up that have never been in WWE. They could bring back people from 10 years ago. You know, we got. That's Diggs. You finished your story already. You know, that's your. Oh man, but no, I think Cody Rhodes finally finished. I mean, let's be honest, guys. If Cody Rhodes if he doesn't win this time, come on, what are we doing here, Kyle? We were talking about this last year.
I'm done with it.
We thought last year this is it, and then but I will say they did a good job of kind of extending it. They had. I don't know.
No, they didn't. At first, they didn't.
He was playing with Shinsuke Nakamura for a little bit and some blood and whatever.
He was getting beat around with Brock Lesnar for a little while. Yeah. Like it was.
But they've got me interested again. But they can't do it to me again. He's got to finish the story. It's got to be Cody Rhodes' time. It's going to cause a rift between the bloodline, and we're going to have maybe some that's going to bring back around next year. Then they're going to have Roman and The Rock. That's the way I think they're going to go with it. We'll see how long they stay on the same page. But I think that's what's going to happen. I think Rhodes is winning, guys. I don't see it any other way.
I'm about to blow some minds with this one real quick. I've waited all night for this one. So y'all ready have your mind blown for this one?
We ready, Swaggy? Go for it.
Shucky quack.
Yep, this is another swaggy moment. All right. Remember this. This is key. Remember this. When this first started, when Cody first won a Royal Rumble, he gave his spot to The Rock, right? Then he came back and got it back from The Rock. Then the feud happened, et cetera, et cetera. Then The Rock turned into the final boss, et cetera, et cetera. Now watch this. Saturday night, The Rock is going to win this match. It's going to be bloodline rules. You know, bloodline rules, that means anything goes. You're gonna see the biggest screw job since Montreal with Bret and Shawn. The Rock, the final boss, is gonna be the one turns on his cousin and calls him the championship belt. Mark my words. It's gonna be The Rock. Rock bottom. Like, this was gonna happen. Bloodline rules. Everybody gonna be fighting someone. If Jay doesn't turn, Jay gonna be with Jimmy. Solo gonna be occupied with probably Seth after costing him the championship. Everybody gonna have somebody they scatter with. It's gonna be The Rock, Roman, Cody. You're not gonna see it coming. Rock bottom, boom. Rock bottom, boom. Crossroads, boom. 1, 2, 3. The Rock raises Cody Rhodes' hand, and they go to Mama Rose together and hand her the championship. And the whole time, this has been a plan from day one. The beatdowns, all of it. Tough love. Cody Rhodes, Rock, in cahoots. That's my word.
You heard it first here on Off the Ropes from Swaggy.
That's my word.
I don't mind that too, and that would also fulfill The Rock's prophecy because Cody's gonna bleed in this match. So Cody's blood will be on there, and then Mama Rhodes tears because she's so happy that her son finally won the championship. I like it, Swaggy. I like it.
I'm gonna tell you another thing, Cal, that caught my attention. When The Rock so-called said, I acknowledge you, I saw that. I said, that wasn't real. That wasn't sincere. Remember, The Rock said when he first came back, he like, do I want to go out to dinner or do I want to sit? Do I want to sit in the middle or do I want to sit at the head of the table?
Yeah. Yeah.
Rock's going to be, so one or two things going to happen after Sunday night. The Rock is going to cost Roman Reigns the championship, and they're going to kick Roman completely out of the bloodline. And The Rock is going to be the new leader of the bloodline. Or, like I said before, it's been a plot twist the whole time. Remember, Cody said it himself. Him and The Rock had conversations. Then all of a sudden, boom, they started beefing. That was part of the conversation. That whole storyline. Cody Rock raised his hand, Mama Rose championship, and your baby boy finished the story. That's my pick.
I like it. Man, that's a hard act to follow, guys.
Yeah, I'll let Professor take this one.
Professor? Oh, wait.
Remember the Alamo.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about finishing the story. How are we going to finish the story? This year, we had the Texas Rangers. They finished the story. This year, we got the Plano East Panthers right behind me. They finished the story. Cody is going to finish the story. And I do think it's going to be something chaotic. I like Swaggy's story, but it could be something like you got Sammy out there and KO out there and like everybody who the bloodline has ever wronged will be part of this bloodline rules match, and it'll take a village to knock off, or it could take the final boss to knock off Roman Reigns. It's going to be a big screw job. He ain't taking a 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring just as a clean, on a crossroads. It's going to be something crazy because that's how he's won all of his matches over the last couple of years. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be bloodline rules, and it's going to be.
Hey, let me add one more thing to mine real quick, if y'all mind.
Go for it.
What did the name Final Boss mean? Everybody thinking it mean because he's the part owner. No. Think about these words. Boss. You're the head of the table. I'm the boss. You're the head of the table of the family. I'm the boss. We're going to find out Sunday night what the final boss will really mean. At the end of the day, I'm the boss of this family. Watch.
I think, like I said, I hadn't really thought of it that way, Swaggy. So I like it. I like it a lot. But here's my issue I have with it. Roman had I haven't got to watch it yet, but from what I heard, Roman's biography on A&E Sunday night, he said in there that if he loses the championship, he's gone. He's out of here. So, and also through sources, that were in the know at the time, The Rock is going to be filming a movie after WrestleMania. So he's going to be going away. So what I think is going to happen, Cody finishes his story finally, because this WrestleMania right here, this one, WrestleMania 38, it's when Cody Rhodes returned to WWE. He's going to finish his story, WrestleMania 40. He's going to finally finish it, win the title. But I think Roman and Rock go away. We don't hear from them for a few months. They return at SummerSlam. That, I think, is when we see the turn of Rock turning on Roman, and then that sets up their feud at WrestleMania 41, Rock and Roman at 41. So I think Cody finishes the story. I don't think we see any turns. It's going to be an overbooked cluster, you know what, in that main event. I mean, it is going to be stupid. It's going to be chaotic, overbooked mess. But it's kind of what this whole dominance of the Bloodline's been. It's going to take literally everybody in the locker room to take down the Bloodline. And I think I like what Diggs said. I think we're going to see a lot of other people come out. It's not going to be just the characters we've seen. It's going to be everybody that the Bloodline's wronged. You got KO, Sammy, all those. Everybody that the Bloodline has wronged in some way. AJ Styles may be coming out there again. Like, everybody's going to come out to get a piece of the Bloodline. And it's going to be chaotic. And I think at the end of the day, Cody finishes his story and we get Rock Roman at 41. But there's going to be, we're going to be without the Bloodline for a couple months, which well-deserved because they've been carrying the company for the past 4 years.
Cody's got to finish his story for those Cody crybabies. Yeah, no, I think Cody wins. I think Cody wins. He's going to finish the story finally. If he doesn't, I don't know what we're going to do for the next year. But
I'll tell you what happens, Brandon. If Cody doesn't win, you thought the riot that Philly had when the Eagles won the Super Bowl was bad. Let Cody not walk away with that championship Sunday night in Philly. Those streets will be bad.
Yeah, boy, you ain't never lied.
Yeah, Cody's gonna win. This is gonna be a fun way to end the 2-night WrestleMania. Just gonna, like, a lot of smoke and mirrors, a lot of chaos. We'll see probably some Rikishi. We'll see some Cena, hopefully some Stone Cold, maybe some McAfee. Maybe, you know what? We'll see them all. So,
everybody.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. But in the end, Cody will finish the story, and then he'll start to write a new book.
You know what? Real quick, we also gonna see some Randy Orton. He got a ball to pick with him too.
See, he does too. Here's my question though: what about Michael Cole's voice? Will Michael Cole have a voice by the main event of night 2 of WrestleMania, or is it going to sound Cody completed his story? Like, how's it going to sound?
I'm interested to see how they do how they do the commentary for the for WrestleMania. Like, what match is it going to be? Cole, Corey, and McAfee the whole time? Or are we going to get Cole and McAfee some, and then Corey and Barrett some? Like, I wonder how they're going to kind of mix that in.
I don't know. I love me some Pat McAfee, so I want to hear
that. Man, I would like. I say just have all 4 of them on the whole time, but I don't know.
And CM Punk's going to be on commentary
so maybe give Barrett, or maybe let Barrett do night 1 and then Corey do night 2. I don't know, but
I got a special request. JBL, please. I love JBL.
Oh man,
I love JBL.
Let him come in for like stand and deliver or something.
Man, JBL is fun on the mic, on the commentary booth. He is fun.
And I gotta say it, since you said stand and deliver, I gotta say whoop that trick.
He should win.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is a big and fun show, guys. Swaggy, thanks for joining us tonight. Hopefully, you
bring Swaggy on. You get the swag.
You bring the swag like nobody can. That should have been his entrance music.
He should have been. You're right.
He picked his own. Yeah. And and speaking of that, as we close, you might as well close with a little. We might as well close with a little old school Hollywood rock music. And that's going to do it for this episode of Off the Ropes. This is episode 21, WrestleMania preview show. We'll be back sometime next week hopefully with a review. We'll talk about everything, all WrestleMania here. Hopefully we can get everybody back. Maybe we can have a Jeremy Hubbard sighting. Let's him and Diggs fight a match backstage somewhere. Might have a exploding table match somewhere, Diggs. I don't know. But,
I love to see it. I'll pay good money for that one.
For the Professor Matt Diggs.
Jeremy doesn't want any part of this. He knows.
For the Professor Matt Diggs, K.O. Kyle Owens, Brandon Ogden, and Swaggy.
Hey, Brandon. Hey, real quick. You know, the only one I don't have, Brandon. If you can, find me on Twitter. I'm on Cal. I'm on everybody's page on the panel.
Well, can you? Mine's right there. You can see it kind of at the bottom of my little name tag.
Okay, I see it. Okay. I'm definitely going to add you.
Thanks, everyone, for joining us. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, the Disrespect Sports Network, make sure you go check us out on YouTube. All the Off the Ropes episodes are there. Thank everyone for tuning in and joining us. Have a great WrestleMania weekend. We'll see you next time.